Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kitten Up Kitten. My name is Sam, and today, let me just check what the date is. It is day 17 of DIY DP Winter 25. That's right, it is over halfway now of the winter event. So this is a cross stitch conversion event. Now I keep all of my stuff in one of these boxes with the lids. I took my trays out of my case because I could fit it all in here, which just makes it easier for me. I mean, like literally the case is under the desk. So I've got all of my drills there. These are my extras, so I fill up as I'm going, and I have got page number 2 prepped and ready to go. Let me just see that I make sure that I wrote 2 on it, look, up here. So this is page number 2. I have already completed 1 page, so I'll just get that out for you as well so you can see. So this is page 1 of my conversion. So I'm going across at the moment, so I will do the next page next to this. And then when I start my next row, I will start a little bit from the top because they're not quite full pages. I hope that makes sense. But this is nice and safe. I have found that cheap drills, you know, ones that are a mix of all sorts of shapes and they've got little divots in the bottom and all that sort of thing, don't stick as well to this paper as good drills do. The good drills, however, are absolutely bloody perfect. So I'm going to put this one right at the bottom to keep it safe. I'll put all my other sheets on top like that. Put that to one side because we don't need that. And I am ready to start on page 2. Now I have put washi tape around 3 of the edges just because there is an overlap, and this is because not only have I created this graph paper myself, but I have also covered it with double-sided tape as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of an overlay. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to get you into the prep with me. So I will not need the bottom row at all, but I will need this row here, or part of this row here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So we've got 10 rows. So I am going to do just like I did with the last one. I am going to cut it right down the middle. So I am using a nice strong metal ruler and a ceramic cutter. And this is purely because if I try and use a craft knife, I'm not good with a craft knife. Not only will I cut through my paper, I will probably also scratch my desk, which I've already done a couple of times. So by using a ceramic cutter and a little bit of a lighter touch, so you need it deep enough that it will go through that top cover, but not enough pressure. Oh, I went a bit skyrob then. But not enough pressure that you cut through the paper. Do you know what? Whichever way you want to do it, you could fold it down and then cut it with scissors. You don't have to use a knife, but I am finding it easier to do it with a ceramic cutter. So I am doing a 4x3 section. Yes, I am. So I'm then going to come across and do the same with this side. My first go on paper, I did find that it was looking much better as I moved through, as I got used to using paper. This is the first time that I've done this, I have seen this done before. Have I done that a little bit short? Yes, I have. Right, because I've done that a little bit short, I'm going to do another run, because I need to see all of that square. So not the neatest. Does it matter? Not really. That paper's coming off anyway. You could take the cover paper off and replace it with cover sheets if you prefer. But I'm quite happy. Just got that little bit there. I am quite happy faffing around because, like, I'm not being funny. All the prep, it is all part of diamond painting, so I'm literally just going to fold that bit over. So I now have my section ready to go. Yes, I do know that my dogs are upside down on my washi tape. I really don't mind. I really don't mind. So let me get this ready. So this event is all about taking a cross stitch conversion and making it into a diamond painting. You may be familiar with this from videos that I've done before. There are other YouTubers that have also done this, and you may be familiar because I was catching up on Admiral Zest. I haven't watched her properly for a long time, but I was at a loss. I needed something to watch, and I came across the Diamond Art Studio chart to art stuff. It is very similar to that. So if you are enjoying the chart to art, this would be right up your street. The difference is you are not buying the kit already done. You are either buying a blank canvas or you're buying the paper. If you're interested in the paper, then please do head to my Etsy shop. Details are in the description box below. You can buy this paper either just as it is and you put your own double-sided tape on it, or you can buy it already taped up. The choices are yours. So what am I going to use today? I am going to use the XL Old Gold tray. Just whacking my ruler down the back there. I am also going to use my little soft grip pen. These are also available on Etsy, but I'm not here to talk about Etsy today. It is all about this event. So I've completed one sheet already. This is number 2. So before I go any further, just a little chat from me. Just a quick word while you're here. You can help my channel immensely by clicking like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just share it with other people. There are links in the description box for things like Diamond Art Club, because I'm an affiliate, Facebook group if you want to do DIY DP. There is a link for my Etsy shop if you would like trays, 3D printed pens. I also do diamond painting trackers now that you can purchase, and cross stitch paper that is designed for you to convert your own cross stitch to a diamond painting. All of these things help me, but the biggest help is just to like and subscribe and comment on the videos. It's as simple as that. Thank you for that. We'll get back to the video. Okay, so now we are off. Right, so I need to get mine. This is what I am doing. I am doing Bilbo Baggins from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a 57 by 82 centimetre square drill project. That is important because you can do round drill as well, if you wanted. 27 colours, so not a max colour or anything like that. 27 is enough for me, but I have switched out a couple of drills, so bear with me. Before we go any further than that, I want to talk today about choosing your colours. Okay, so let's explain about Heaven and Earth Designs sheets. Right, what colour's that? Let's go for that one. So here is my tip for starting your section. Find a colour where you've got a few. and it's a darker colour, because if you do that, you're then going to have something to plot your next colour against. Hopefully that will make sense. So why Heaven and Earth designs? Because I think they're the best. And you know, they do amazing. They've got so many charts by so many artists, and for me it is so important that what I am doing is licensed artwork. I want to support the artists. I've just put that drill on the top of that bit of paper. There you go. And all of their charts are licensed, so the artist will become compensated for you using that chart. Now here's the other thing. As you know, drills are labelled as DMC colours, and originally these colours were for cross stitch, and we don't always have all of the DMC colours in diamond painting drills. So here is what happens. You will get your chart and you will have a stitch count, and very often you will have a bunch of numbers that are under 150. Now we can't get those colours anymore, so what you can do, if you've got any numbers that are under 150, you can find an equivalent. A good place to look for the equivalents, I've put that in the wrong place. There is an app that you can use. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, look for alternatives to that DMC number, and then you can look through and see if you've got those in your spares. Or you can do what I do. All of the storage that I've got, all of the cards that I've got a colour on them. So very often I just sit there and go through my spare drills and I have a look for colours that are similar, and you can do that. Now here's the other thing. Because when you do a conversion, you could exchange every single colour if you wanted to. You do need to be careful when it comes to shading, etc. Very often you will have 3 colours in a row. So for instance, I have got 451, 452, 453. Obviously, if you're going to switch those 3 colours out, you need to find 3 colours that will work the same way. So you do need to think about it, and this is what I like about doing a cross stitch conversion. You can personalize your canvas in so many ways. You can add in ABs or fairy dust drills, or you can put in sparklers, or you can take 4 drills out and put in one of those extra big drills. I don't know what they're called, but you have the leeway to change things. And it's easy enough to do. You just need to make sure that you keep track of what you're doing. So when I download, when I get a chart from Heaven and Earth, I always print out the first sheets, because they're the ones that are going to tell you what colours you need and where they're going to go. And that's going to help you, because if you literally take a number, a DMC number, and you go, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put ABs in it, you can't do that as such. You need to look and see where those numbers are, and it's very easy to do that. So I'm going to show you, and I know this seems a bit weird for me doing this part way through the event, but I am filming today. I've got a whole day of filming, and it means that I've got the time to, you know, I will get my section done no matter what, because I'm sat down to do it now. With the exception of yesterday, it all went horribly wrong yesterday. I got there in the end. I am filming on Saturday, by the way. I'm just going to turn my heater off. I'm sitting here with a big cardigan. I can tell you right now, okay, if we have a really, really cold winter, I am not going to be sitting out here for hours diamond painting. I will be taking my canvas into the house because it's chilly. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Get rid of my drills first. And I'm doing this more for those of you that haven't tried this yet, because you need to think about these things, but you also need to see that there are a lot of ways that you can make a canvas completely yours. So even if somebody else brought the same chart as you and converted it the same as you, it won't be the same. It's a one-off. And that's what we want, isn't it? We want original. So I am going to use my arrow and I am going to zoom out. So hopefully I'm in shot. Okay, let's bring the tablet down here. Better. So I don't know how well you can see, but if I highlight a colour, it will show it up on here. Now it's very, very small. There's a handful of these, there's not many, but let's say we pick this one. So this dark grey is going to outline quite a lot of the face. Now when I decided to do this canvas, I'm going to go to the mock-up and show you. All of this part of the face here, down his nose and up this sword, is white. And I decided that those areas would be perfect for ABs. Because if I just chose, let's say that I chose a grey colour and it would just be this bit and that bit and that, there'd be no point. It's not highlighting it. It's not highlighting that image. So I decided, I went to my chart, because you get this downloaded. Let me turn it round that way because you might be able to see it a bit bigger. Oh, 3-year-old Lila says, what are you doing, Nana? Right, so let's do that. Okay, so this is the grey colour. So I could have done that AB and it would be outline, but it's not as effective as B5200. So let's do that. Can you see? All of this green is where that B5200 is. So it means we have concentrated. Look, it's your canvas. It's your pattern. You can put stuff wherever you like. I'm just trying to say to you, it does take a bit of thinking about. However, using Pattern Keeper, or maybe it works on Markup XP, I don't know. But on Pattern Keeper, you can very easily see where a colour will throw that highlight. So I wouldn't necessarily do B3371. You can, it's your choice. And you'd get these little highlights here, there and everywhere, but I wanted that punch on his face. Literally, boom, AB. So that's how you do it. You can click on every single colour, it will highlight it on here and show you where it is, and then you can make a choice over where you put your specials, your ABs, whatever it is you're using. Like that one, get off. See, that one is also quite highlighty. That will be along with the white AB. Do you see what I mean? Hopefully that's explained it enough that you know what I'm talking about. Not guaranteeing. Right, so I'm going to put my thing back there. I'm going to get my section back up like so. I'm just going to bring this down a bit because it might help. No, that's going to be too much. I'm just using that top edge of that washi tape to hold my sheet down. So that is what you can do when you are doing a conversion like this. And I just think it makes all of the difference. So you can pick out colours. Now, sometimes you will get quite far in and you will start to realise that a colour is not right. You may have to make the decision of, okay, I don't like it. It's too much for me to take all of that off. And therefore, I'm going to restart. Which obviously is better if you do it sort of at the beginning rather than halfway through. This is a situation that our lovely Mandy is having. She's got a canvas. She's not happy with the alternative colour. So she's trying to decide what she's going to do with it. And here is my advice. You spend a lot of time on a conversion. Okay. I mean, you can get them done quite quickly. And I've seen people do them very quickly. But it's, if like me, you are doing yours as a side project, then it could be that you are working on that sporadically over years, not even months, years. It's especially if it's a really big one. So you have to be enjoying it. If you are not enjoying it, even if you get, you know, a third of the way through, then stop and do a different one. Okay, don't waste your, especially if you do it using your spare drills. Do you know what I mean? It's most of the time you've paid a minimal cost for the canvas or the paper, which is why I wanted to do the paper. Yeah, don't sit and hate it. Just find a different one. And sometimes I did this with my very first project. I picked a project that I was adamant I wanted to do, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the canvas. I didn't like the pattern. It was a pattern that needed to be full size, and I didn't have anywhere at the time to hang it. And therefore I stopped. So don't sweat it, okay? Don't sweat it. If you are contemplating doing one for the next DIY DP event, do not forget that you do need to have a minimum of a 40 by 50. However, because I can make the rules up, 40 by 50 would be the equivalent. So if you were doing, you know, 40 small ones instead of doing one large one, then I would calculate the percentage so that it would count as one. So you don't always have to do a massive project. You could just do little ones and try it. So it is very much like the chart to art system. The reason I like it is because I am in no way going to sell any of the little charts that I have sourced in the last few weeks. Okay, they are going into my hold on, just concentrating. They are going into a phone folder. I will print them off and I will do them. I'm not planning to sell them. And I'm quite happy with that because I can use my own drills. I can use my own canvas. I can choose whether I'm going to do it in square or round. And yeah, it's all good. So all it's costing me really is the price of the paper to print it and the double-sided tape, which is fine because I have a bloody massive roll of it. Anyway, I hope that was useful, especially if you are considering having a go at doing this yourself. Me personally, I wouldn't do, I mean, I say I wouldn't do mini ones, and yet I've got 3 kitted up ready in the house, and I've got a handful more in a box back here, and I'm fully intending on printing out more because I can use all my spare drills. And I kind of feel like the little ones are quite nice to do in between, or if you don't fancy pulling a big one out. So I'm not saying I won't do them, I'm just saying that I won't pay for them. Okay, I'm not going to be buying. Right, number 1, right, Paint Gen Minis. Okay, I wouldn't mind if they're full canvas ones, but if they're partials, I cannot deal with partials. Okay, so even the charts that I'm printing off, even though they are partials, they don't have a colour for the background, I am putting a colour in the background because I've either got to cover the whole sheet or I don't do it at all. That's just me. That's personal preference. But you would never catch me buying Paint Gem Minis or even Diamond Art Studio, although they're a fabulous idea. No. No, because I've got all of these little canvases that I have got absolutely free. I don't intend to sell them. I am purely printing them off. What I am going to do, however, is a friend said to me, why don't you laminate them? Because then you can mark them off. So like I've just ordered some dry wipe markers. I also have laminated some calendar sheets, so I need the markers for that anyway, but I got coloured ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print them off, and I am going to put them in a folder so that I can reuse them, because I'm going to use mine to make cards with. So like greeting cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, all that sort of thing, because they're all little patterns and they're all perfectly suited for that. So that's what I'm doing with mine. So that's one, especially to use my round reels up. I mean, I don't have as many round reels as square, but still, got to do something with them, right? So there you go. So what is coming up in the next few days? So first of all, we are doing, if you haven't already seen, I am sticking to the 3 videos a week, because people have said that that is what they prefer. So let's stick to that, because after all, it is your YouTube too. Although it's my channel, it is your YouTube. I'm doing it for you, not just for me. It keeps me motivated, but I am doing it for you. So we're going to keep to the videos. So there will be a video. So today's is Monday, and it's just a normal. I'm just doing a section, but I'm also, in the back of my head, Mondays for me are very much prep videos and how-tos and stuff. So that's what I'm keeping to. On Wednesday, we have our DIY DP Wow. Look at this for service. Bacon sandwich. Nice. So I'll give that a minute. I'm not going to eat and talk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to have a drink and then I'll come back. Well, that was my mini brunch. Can't fault the hubby for giving me a bacon sandwich. Right, so that's that one. Let's get our next colour. So what was I saying? Oh yes, so Monday. As you're watching this, Mondays are generally prep videos. So prep encompasses everything like unboxings, kitting ups, kitting downs, spare storage, all of that sort of thing. Wednesdays are wows. So wow stands for whip on Wednesday, and it's your current whip. In this case, obviously in November, it is this. It's whatever I'm working on. But it will be a Wednesday that I do comments, etc., that have come in from the previous week. Just make sure I want that one, number 6. This is skin tone. And then Friday is my normal DIY DP day anyway. So even when I'm not doing the event, once a week, I will do a section on my canvas, on my project. And that's when I invite you guys to also do the same thing. That's when I say to you, you know, get your conversion out. So Friday is conversion day. I am very aware that I'm single placing, but I think that's just because I know that the drills won't pop as much if I'm single placing. And that's where it stands. Now, I have said about doing TikTok lives. I might still do that. And I certainly will be doing shorts on TikToks. Once November is out the way, there will be more shorts back on YouTube again, because in both instances, whichever one I film on, I can share it from the other. So TikTok and YouTube can go very much hand in hand. And that's just to enable me to be seen, to get more subscribers, and to concentrate on this. Also, it's going to be, the reason I'm sticking to 3 videos, I don't know where I'm going, is because there will be some changes happening in my personal life in the new year. If you would like to know more about that, then you need to be a super fan, because that is personal stuff, and I only do the more personal stuff for my super fans. Most content for super fans, so like if I'm doing a whip say for my super fans, it may then go up onto public, but there is always going to be content that does not, because I don't want to share everything in my personal life on my YouTube. I don't mind sharing it with super fans, because they want to know more of the personal me. But you know, you want that info, you're going to have to go. Of course, you will eventually find out what's happening in the new year, because it will come out in whips later on. But yeah, I'm keeping that goss for the time being to the super fans. So yes, there will be some changes. I am currently working on adding stuff to the shop to try and build that up as well. Kat is working on the trays right now. Okay, so that is in the wrong place. Let me just check. That one, miss one, and then miss one, and we've got 1, which is why it is not computing. So we've got one there, and then we've got, no, I was right. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Ignore me. Special moment. Having a special moment. Yeah, so there's always, I'm not being funny, I've always got stuff in the pipeline. So there's quite a bit going on in the KUK headquarters. Lots of little bits and pieces that are all being worked on at the same time, because of course I've got nothing better to do than to do stuff. It's just the way I am. I've always got something on the go. Some things are taking longer than others, but eventually it'll be worth it. I just have to try and remember to take time out for me, which is this weekend, even though I'm filming. I am, right, I have definitely gone wrong somewhere. That should be up 1. Yes, there should be 2 there. No, oh, can I get them off? Yes, Sam, you can. Okay, so we should have had, sorry, I mean, there isn't a technical name. I'm scooting them off, basically. Right. So let's try again. So we've got those 2, and then we've got 1 there, which makes that a 2. And then that is a 3. Just trying to correct my mistake. And then 3 next to that one. Yes, and then 1. Hopefully that will tidy up when I put the drills in around it. Honestly, these projects can catch you out so easily. It's so easily done. So please do not think that if you haven't tried this before, please don't think that it's a boring thing to be doing. It really isn't. It has its own beauty. I mean, seeing something come alive on paper like this, let's face it, anything you put down, you can remove. It's as simple as that. Right, so I'm going to go to Z because that's going to close. I'm trying to close this bottom row at the minute, so I'm working along there. So let's do that. Okay, 05. So Z05. This is one of those numbers that we can't get. So let me just pull out the 05. And what I need, because I've got a few, is I need my bag of spares and I need my drill count sheet. Okay, so 05, I've actually switched for 3023, but I didn't have masses of it. So in here somewhere, in this bag of spares somewhere, I have a little bag with some others in it. That's 07. .3023. So this is all that I've got, but it's a mixed colour. So I'm going to use these first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out, I'm going to have a look to see what colour I've got the most of. And I'm going to start this side and work my way across so that if there is a shade change, it happens all in the same place. Now this does mean, of course, that I need to source. Oh, they're not too bad. Look, that's a different colour completely. They're not too bad, to be fair. This does, of course, mean that I need to source some more 3023, but that's fine. I shall have a look. I shall pop a post up on the Facebook page, which is where all of my DIY DP ladies, and I'm not saying that because we would never have men in there. If there's any men watching, you are more than welcome to join, but currently we are all ladies. Lady being a loose term because I am most definitely not a lady. 2 in there. So yeah, by getting this shade in, I can then, because let's face it, unless you're I mean, I'm doing a face at the minute. This is part of his face, so I do need to be a little bit more careful. If it was background or something general, then I wouldn't take as much care because it wouldn't matter. I promise it wouldn't matter. But because it's his face, if I at least start with the lighter colour that I've got in my tray, as I move across, the contrast will be stronger between this darker colour and the ABs that are going to be coming in. So that's how my thought process works. Now look, if you haven't done this before, why don't you join my group on Facebook? It's called KUK Kittens, and people will be able to help you in there. You know, if you've got a question, if you're not sure, what do I do if? You know, if you don't want to wait for me to answer your question on a video, then join the group, because the whole purpose of that group is for people doing conversions. It is in essence a conversion group. So yeah, take yourself off, have a look and ask your questions. There's always someone. There's such good people in there. I picked that up and then promptly dropped it again. So all is well with the world. My plan for today, I've got some other filming to do. I want to do a video for the, like I said, for the super fans today. Just catching them up on what's coming up, because I've had a couple of exciting things in this week. So yeah, gonna do that probably while I'm working on this. To be fair, I'll just continue filming, but yeah, it won't be it won't be one of those. This is not going to be one of these videos that makes it into general public at this point in time. So what have I ordered today? Today I have ordered a selection, a collection even, of dry wipe markers, because like I said, I've printed off some calendar sheets and laminated them, and I'm going to use those to keep track of my videos, especially because now I have 2 different times to work to. So basically, if a video goes to superfans first, it is put up for them, and then I schedule it to then go public. Obviously that's not an issue, but superfan videos I don't monetize because I'm already earning from them being a superfan. So especially videos that will always be in there, they are not monetized. So what I have to do is, if I decide to then schedule it into public, I need to make sure that I can schedule it in and I can update it. Oh, I'm going to put these in now. I'm going to pop this colour in. This bag can then go back into my storage, ready for when I have some more. I mean, I've got a decent amount in there, so I might be all right for a bit. Because don't forget, I'm working on canvases in the meantime as well. So I may have more drills. But if I get really stuck, if I start to get really low, then hell yeah, I'll just go on my group and I'll just say, has anyone got any? Because I'd rather pay someone the postage to send me theirs than to order new ones, because I'm doing this to use those drills to avoid plastic waste. I'm just going to have a quick look. What number is it? 3023. Oh, I've got some in, oh no, because they're round. I was literally about to say I've got some in the rocket fuel, but they're round drill, so they'll be no good. Damn it. Never mind. Always thinking. Right. Number 2, we'll do that one quickly. Number 2. I want to close that bottom line up. That's what I'm working towards. And there was only one of those, so. And there's only one of these as well, 3866. So you've got all these paler colours here. And this is purely because it's skin tone. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Sam, shouldn't you have something a bit pinker? I did, and I didn't like it. So I've gone with a paler colour. I want that face to be highlighted. I want it black and white. Do you know what I mean? So I've chosen those colours to take advantage of that. Right, so 452. So yes, I shall have to have a look. And see. Can I also say, I know it's ahead of time because I'll be reading these comments out on Wednesday anyway, but thank you to those of you that said, oh, you know, you might not be everyone's cup of tea, but you're mine. Thank you. really did give me a little bit of a boost. So yeah, I appreciate that. I'm generally not one that cares, to be fair, but I do care about my my YouTube community. I really do. So once this is done, this video is done, I'm going to continue doing this bit and do a little video for the superfans, and then I need to go in the house. The dogs are at the groomers currently. I need to go in the house. I inadvertently shut. Well, no, I didn't. Right, so we had a boiler inspection. I've just put them in the wrong place. I know I have. Right, flip them off, move it down. That's all I've done. Literally, yeah, I lost that one. Literally put it in the wrong place. So let me get these two while I'm talking. Yeah, so we're having a boiler inspection. So I put the dogs in the front room with the door shut because I didn't want this poor lad to be accosted by the dogs, because they will, because they just want fuss. So I shut them in there and we were talking, and he was doing his inspection type thing, and I could hear Storm scratching at the door, but she does that when she wants to get out because she wants to know what's going on. And I ignored her to my detriment. And unfortunately, she was scratching because she needed the toilet. So promptly, bless her, not her, completely not her fault. She, where should that be then? This is wrong. This one? Oh, no, it's not. I'm looking in the wrong place. So I had to clean the carpet. And unfortunately, she caught the edge of the rug. So while we've managed to get the carpet cleaned and it's absolutely fine, the rug not so much. So I'm going to get this video finished. And while this one's uploading, I'm going to go and clean the rug so that that can go back in the house at some point. It's currently outside, not in the rain, it's covered, but yeah. So I'm going to do that. The joys, you see, what a fascinating life I lead. I have to say that the dogs we do not have accidents in the house usually. They are very, very good. But yeah, I ignored them too long, basically. So she was very upset with herself. So I gave her a lot of fuss and said, it's not your fault, baby. It's fine. It will clean. So I'm going to go do that. And I also need to clean the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? Glamorous. Well, the bathroom and the utility room. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. And then I'm going to continue... I will probably take my diamond painting into the house. Because while it's warm enough in here, once you're sat in here, for long periods of time, it gets a little bit chilly. But until we get it insulated a bit better, I don't have a lot of choice. Okay, let's have a look and see what time we were at. Yes, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to call it quits there. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you all have a fabulous week. Don't forget, it's only Monday. So brand new week, brand new page, literally and figuratively. So do what you want with it. I will be back soon with another video on Wednesday, and I will see you soon. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitten of Kitten.